recognizes Representative Gillen.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Mr. Richardson, for being here today. So as acting administrator of FEMA, you oversee the agency's preparedness grants, including the nonprofit security grant program. And as I'm sure you're aware, synagogues, churches, yeshivas, and many other houses of worship across our country, and certainly in my district on the South Shore of Long Island, rely on these grants to keep their congregants, their worshipers, and our residents safe. And right now, we're facing a huge spike in anti-Semitism and other threats, and these critical grants are more important than ever for my constituents, and I'm sure for many other folks across the country. And I'm grateful that FEMA recently awarded some of the emergency supplemental funding that was allocated for fiscal year 24. However, the agency still has not opened applications for fiscal year 25 funding, which Congress had approved back in March. So, Mr. Richardson, fiscal year 25 is coming to a close soon, and synagogues and houses of worship, churches in my district are wondering when you might open the application for fiscal year 25 nonprofit security grant program so we can make this $275 million available for this really important need in my district and across the country.
Yeah, and thank you for the question. I believe those grants are very, very important. And we've spent a lot of time in the last couple of months moving forward and doing due diligence on those. But I do have good news. There are NOFOs going out. I can't speak to that grant specifically, but there are NOFOs going out as we speak.
Okay, great. And can my office follow up with you about these specific grants because they are so important in my district?
Please do. And one of the things we want to do is we want to make sure we get those notice of fundings out so the districts have a chance to apply and get back with us. So yes, please do.
Okay, great. And also with respect to these grants, I've heard from a lot of pastors and rabbis that the funding is okay to be used for infrastructure, but not actually for personnel. And so a lot of our synagogues and houses of worship are looking to expand the scope of appropriate uses for this funding to include perhaps security personnel to stand guard at the synagogues, particularly during the high holy days or during worship services. And is that something that we could work with your office on to try to maybe expand the scope of funding?
Yeah, I understand the question. Thank you for the question. Yeah, please do. I need to look into the details of the grant, but I'm sure there's some way we can work around that.
Okay, great, thank you.